सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। हरि ओम। ओम अखंडमंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेव देव। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Our sadhana panchakam. This is written by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji on practices, spiritual practices, sadhanas. How many sadhanas, Swamiji? There are 40 sadhanas in 5 verses. 5 into 8. In each verse, 8 practices he has given. If we can put in 2 words, one set of sadhanas for purity of our mind, another set of sadhanas to gain knowledge, to gain clarity in thinking. We will chant the first verse, then we will go. This is in Shardula meter. This meter in Sanskrit, it is called Shardula meter. Vedo nityamadiyatam taduditam karmasvanushtiyatam tene sasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matistajyatam papaugah paridhuyatam bhavasukhe doshonusandhiyatam atmecha vyavasiyatam nijagruhat tornam vinirgamyatam. Together. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karmasvanushtiyatam तेने सस्य विधीयतामपचितिः काम्ये मतिस्तज्यताम् पापौगः परिधूयतां भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छा व्यवसीयताम् निजगृहात् तोरणं विनिर्गम्यताम्. In this verse, each line contains two practices. So 4 lines, 4 into 2 is equal to 8. 2 already we have seen. The first one is Vedaha Nityam Adhiyatam. Study every day good books. It's a good habit actually. If you study good book every day, specifically as a spiritual seekers, we should read spiritual textbooks. But Bhagavan here he said Vedaha. One cause is in those days their standards are very high. They can read Veda, they can understand Vedic language. So that was different. That's why Puja Guruji and Gurudev, they used to say, the content in Veda is two only. One is nature of Brahman. One is nature of Brahman. The second one is how to establish in that state. That is called practices or sadhanas. One is goal, the second one is means. Whatever book which contains these two, that can be called as Veda, because that is giving knowledge. So Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam means whether it is a Bhagavad Gita or Ramayana, Mahabharata or any spiritual text, even Sadhana Panchakam, this is Veda. And Nityam Adhiyatam. Nityam means we should study every day. Why, Swamiji? Because discipline, it has to be every day. Swamiji, I work out 1 week and then I will stop. Even physical exercises, they don't yield any good results. We have to do exercise every day. We have to eat food every day. In the same way, we have to be spiritual students every day. And this is very easy practice. Study good book every day. 1. Second, Taduditam karma su anushtiyatam. Taduditam karma means in one word, do only prescribed karmas, prescribed actions, not prohibited actions, not desire prompted actions, which are prescribed by the Vedas. Please do that activity only. Taduditam karma. Su anushtiyatam, in doing our job or our kartavya, our profession also, we have to take care of two things. Su anushtiyatam means we should be sincere and we should be enthusiastic. Anirvinna chetasaha, Bhagavad Gita says. Krishna advises to Arjuna, Arjuna, you should not do work reluctantly. You should do work enthusiastically, inspiringly, and you should be sincere also. You should be dedicated to your job. Su anushtiyatam taduditam karma. Taduditam karma means our kartavya karma. Whatever our duty, our job, whether it is in a house or in an office. One point I want to highlight here. Generally they say, Swamiji, Veda is prescribing some action, Veda is prescribing some action, you are saying. What are the actions which are prescribed by Veda, Swamiji? They say, Varna, Asrama, Dharma. In traditional language, Vedic karma means Varna Dharma and Asrama Dharma. What do you mean by Varna Dharma, Swamiji? They say whole humanity divided into 4 Varnas. Now they are calling us castes. It's not a casteism actually. They say Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaisya, Shudra. That is called Varna Dharma. Gurudev used to say, thinking class is known as Brahmana. Administration class is known as Kshatriya. Business or what we call dealing with money, that category is called as Vaishya. And the people, those who can work with hands and legs, that is called Shudra. That's all. This is called Varna Dharma. Dharma means it is a duty. Thinking class, they have to do thinking. Swamiji, they are sitting in AC rooms. We are paying so much money. They are not doing anything with hands and legs, Swamiji. They cannot do. Because that is completely different. This man doesn't know what they are doing. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. That is called Varna Dharma. Prescribed duty from Veda. Another thing is called Ashrama Dharma. There are 4 ashramas also. What are the ashramas, Swami? They say Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. And they divided the society also into four kinds of families. Some, they belong to Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means study time, whether it is a university or school or anywhere. Learning period. In learning period, we all belong to Brahmacharya only. Now we are all Brahmacharis because we are learning. This learning period is called Brahmachari. Concentratedly they study. Second one is called Grihastha, household. A responsible person in society. He is the main pillar in holding the whole society. He is the food giver to the Brahmachari and Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means senior citizens and Sannyasi. For all he has to feed. That's why this Grihastha, he should work, earn and serve. 2 duties are main. One is called earning, second one is called serving. Grihastha. Third one is called Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means retired. Swamiji, is the retirement is necessary for life? The Veda is saying it is. After certain time, you have to retire from your household responsibility. Give that job to your son. Veda it is saying. Give the responsibility to your son. And you work for yourself as a spiritual seeker. That person is called Vanaprastha. How long you will take hold of your house? Give it to your son. He will take care. By the way, you would have trained him. Why do you worry? If you trained him, he will take care of whole family responsibilities and everything. He will go to marriages, functions and whatever needed for this household responsibilities, he will take. You start your journey as a spiritual seeker. Study every day, do japa, tapa, and God-centered life, you lead it. Vanaprastha. Do you know, in olden days, even Chakravartis, they used to retire. It is there. Every king, after his grandson, he has to retire to the forest. In Mahabharata, in Ramayana, we see that stories. They have to drop all the kingly facilities and palaces and they have to stay in the forest with wife, with this old lady. And they have to do all karma, Agnihotra, even Dhritarashtra also went. In Mahabharata, it is there. We say Dhritarashtra is bad, but he also followed this instruction. After this war and everything, one day he is staying in Hastinapur, Vidura come. And he says, Are Dhritarashtra, what are you doing here? He says, no, I am staying in palace because I don't have my eyes. Both are blind, me and my wife. But Vidura says, don't say all those things. Retire now. Go to forest, do spiritual practices. I also come with you people. And Kunti, this Dhritarashtra, Gandhari and Vidura, these 4 people, they retired to forest. This was the tradition. That's called Vanaprastha Dharma. And the final one is Sannyasi. Swamiji, when can I take sannyasi, Swamiji? That the instruction is whenever you get proper vairagya, then only you will take. Whether it is a boy or a young man, brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha, anybody can take sannyas. The requirement is you should be properly have dispassion. towards the worldly enjoyments. This is actually we call taduditam karma. Taduditam karma means we have to follow all this system. Learning period, earning and serving period, spiritual practices. If we mature, then what to talk of sannyas? That is called hatyasrama. As though you are God, sannyasi means. Taduditam karma su anushtiyatam. We have seen. Today, Swamiji, what will be the third practice from sadhana panchakam? Third number is Teneshasya vidhiyatam apachitihi. Tena. But previous instruction is you have to do your job. Okay, physically we are doing our job. Now the third practice is what should be our attitude behind action. Our attitude behind action is Tena, by the actions. Ishasya. Ishasya means God's. Isha means God. Ishasya, God's. Apachitihi, worship. Vidhiyatam, you should do. In one line, by actions only, you should do the worship of the Lord. In one word, work as worship. This is third practice. Work as worship of God. Oh. How, Swamiji? What is the secret behind this sadhana? It is a management inside. The pure attitude we keep in our mind is the boss for all actions in the world is He. Sarva Karmadhyaksha, the scriptures say. Sarva Karmadhyaksha is God, one. Two, Sarva Karma Phala Data, the giver of all the results to the activities, also He only. One is He is the Lord of all actions. Second one is He is the giver of all the results. This is fact actually. All activities, Swamiji, all activities are His actions only. And all results also coming from Him only. If we can generate results, we will generate as we wish. I also would like to become a prime minister of a country. I also can become anything. Then why not? Because something is needed which I don't have. So every result of action, they say, Bhagavan is the Data, Karma Phala Data. So we should keep this knowledge always. So how should we manage our mind, Swamiji? Before entering into this activity only, we should keep ourselves very humble. The action which I am going to do is His action, whether it is an office or my family responsibilities. Such a holy attitude actually. I have so many children, family and responsibilities. If we feel them, they are troubling me, it will be a headache. Or if we feel them, I am worshipping the Lord through these forms. Because as a Vedantians, we are saying everything is God, everything is, if everything is God, my wife and children also God. That attitude. If everything is God, I am doing for the nation, I am doing for the society, this society and nation also God. This is one. And every action will yield results. We should take the results not as pleasant or sorrow. We should take them as His prasad. Definitely both types will be there. In both the cases, we should see them as His prasadam only. This is from His thali. If we maintain this attitude, Puja Guruji keep on instructs this thought. Consider all actions as his actions, consider all results as his prasad. That is called Karma Yoga. That is the best attitude prescribed by Bhagavad Gita. Work is worship means this is the work is worship. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he says, Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam. How to serve the world, how to work in the world, he says, Jagata Ishadhi. This whole world is nothing but Lord. Keep that thought. Jagata Ishadhi. Dhi means thought. That thought is world is God. And then work. That will purify your mind. Highest Sattva Guna. There is no profit, there is no loss. Completely godly mind. We can do it. Tena Ishasya Vidhiyatam. This is called work is worship. This attitude we should maintain. Yes, Swamiji, we try because you are saying it is a sadhana, it is a practice. So we have to keep that thought, we have to maintain that thought in our inner system. That is called sadhana. If everything is set right, that cannot be called as a practice. Okay. Now, I would like to share one thought. Practically what we do regarding the activity. What we do is, in our daily life or in our life, we divide actions into two categories. One we call as religious activities, like doing puja, going to temple, Sravanam, or any kind. These activity we call as religious activities. Another set we call as secular activities, going to office or attending friends' marriage or anything. They we call as secular activities and we call it as religious activity. Swamiji, we can be godly minded in religious activities, Swamiji, but we cannot in secular activities, Swamiji, because there will be hatredness, liking, disliking, everything will be there. It is a muri mixture. Onion will be there, chili will be there. It is a spicy element, Swamiji. It cannot be sweet pongal. How can we can manage our inside system, Swamiji? Always good thoughts. But actually, the fact is, every action is his action, they are saying, whether it is a secular and religious. We have to come out from this kind of setup first. We have to come out from this setup. All actions are his actions. That is called maturity. That is called paripakvata. Then that flavor is different. We have to, Mahatmas, great people, they'll maintain this kind of attitude. They don't think, puja room only God's room and office room is not God's room. In our Acharya, many times he spoke. Puja Gurudev, early morning 5:30, he used to start his letter writing. In those days, the correspondence is letters only, not mail and these things. They say every day he used to correspond 50, 60 letters. He has to write all the questions and answers or whatever they ask. He is very sincere. Before that, he used to ask that host, bring my puja material. People used to, what puja material? Guruji, Swamiji is asking. The puja material is pens, paper, pad, previous day letters and everything. They have to keep on his table. And he used to write. He used to call, bring my puja material to my table. And in Ajnas also, he used to think everybody is a god. In one incident, I will tell, I think in Bangalore, every breath is a teaching, a book is there. In that book, all these incidents are there. In Bangalore, Puja Gurudev is conducting one Jnana Yajna. You see, thousands of people used to come for his yajnas. So they all gathered. And at the end of the yajna, there was a huge pouring, rain pouring. whole pandal become, muddy, wet. Somehow 8 o'clock ho gaya, Gurudev finished his yajna, and his driver, he took the car till that stage, and Gurudev, he sat on the car. Because it is a little raining, this driver, he took little speed of car because he wants to take him quickly out of the pandal. The car is little speed, he raised. Suddenly this mud, it went on that audience shuts or whatever. And he said, stop the car to the driver. And he was completely changed, Pujya Gurudev, as though he is crying. And the organizers, they asked Gurudev, what happened? And he was saying, my Krishna. He's seeing all the audience and he's saying, they are all my Krishna, 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 Krishna. Please excuse, please excuse. And he instructed the driver, they are all the gods only. They all Krishna only. He used to maintain that thought. Those who are coming to his lectures, they all nothing but God himself. I am the flute in his hand, he is playing through me. I don't know what is going to happen in their hearts. I don't treat them as a human beings or my listeners. They are God. This we can see in great people's life history. Teneshasya vidhiyatam apachitihi. By the work only they used to do the worship of the Lord. Such a purity, such a greatness. They are called masters. All works are his worship. Everywhere God. Whatever they do, God-centered activities. Teneshasya vidhiyatam. Yes, Swamiji. So in our status, we can keep this much on. So all works belongs to him. Sarva karma adhyaksha is God. That is true. Second one is whatever the results we should consider as his prasadam to me. And that too for my growth only. Whether it both sides. That is called Tena Ishasya Vidhiyatam Apachitihi. Fine, Swamiji. Now, fourth practice Bhagavan is saying. That is Kamye Matistajyatam. Matihi. Matihi means our thought or our intellectual setup. Tyajyatam, we should drop. We should drop one kind of intellectual setup. Where, Swamiji? Kamye. Kamye means desire prompted actions. That is called Kamya Karma. Kamya Karma means desire prompted actions. We do some actions expecting something or with a desire. I want to become like that. They are called that too. This is completely Sakama Karma. Sakama Karma means desire prompted activity. Bhagavan is saying, Matistajyatam, did this thought you drop. So which thought I should keep, Swamiji? You keep Tena Ishasya Apachitihi. Treat all actions as God's actions. Don't treat activity as your own activity. That is called Kamye Matistajyatam. Kamya karma, desire prompted karma, we should drop. Actually, Swamiji, they say what we do is, we divide the entire world into two frames. One is called liking world, another is called disliking world. Everybody, we have these two paras. What are your likes? We write so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are your dislikes? Oh, this. For example, my job is belong to this chart, disliking chart. Then my activity is such a poor efficiency. I cannot do wholeheartedly. because my job is in this frame, disliking. What I should not do, that is in my liking. So whenever, wherever we keep this kamya thought means liking and disliking chart, there our efficiency will go away. Second one is we cannot do our job efficiently, full-fledged job. If we are free, if we are open to do any action, then we can do very efficiently, and what should be done, we will do that. This is called pre-adjustment before action. That is, before entering into the action only, we should overcome our attachment to the action, at the same time our disliking to the action. Enter the action with free mind. Then the results, they cannot do anything. Whether it is a expectation, whether it is an unexpectation, they don't move you. They cannot move you. We can stand. That is called kamye matistajyata, means we should be free. We should be without attachment and disliking. That is called without raga dvesha. We should enter into the work field. That is called kamye matistajyata. Now see. Practice 1 and practice 2, we have to do physically. Vedo nityam adhiyata means we should study every day physically with book. Second, do the activity, do your job. It cannot be mentally. You have to go to the job and work with hands and legs, 1 and 2. Whereas 3 and 4 is an attitude adjustment. 3 and 4 is not a physical activity, physical sadhana. It is called antaranga sadhana, manasika sadhana. Change your attitude from the selfish desire to godly motivated or godly motivation. This is inner adjustment, 3 and 4, inner practice. 1 and 2 is external practice. Okay, Swamiji. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 5th one. Bhagavan is saying, Papoga paridhuyatam. Paridhuyatam. You should blow off, or you should get rid of. From what, Swamiji? Papa ogha. From the clouds of the sins. In one word, don't do sinful activities. We should not do sin. Now, we don't do, Swamiji. We are good people. We are not murderers, or we are not looters or anything, Swamiji. We are good people. We are not going to do any sin. Bhagavan also, he knew. Because spiritual sadhaka means he is a good boy only, good man only. That is okay. But from the adhyatmika drishti, from the eye of the spirituality, what we can call as sin, Swamiji? Generally, we call sin matlab, we will refer law books. Or this is all the sins, this is all the merits. If you do the sin, you will get this, punishment. These are all the there. In Hindu scripture also, they say, if you do these sins, you will go to hell. So long they will do so much, harassment to you. Don't kill anyone. Don't loot others' property. There is so many will be there. That is okay. But from the spiritual side, what is called sin, what is called merit, what is called papa, and what is called punya. Pujya Gurudev, he defines. He says, whatever agitates your mind, consider it as sin. Whatever calms your mind, consider it as merit, punya. Whether it is action or a thought or an intention. If that intention calms your mind, that is called punya. If that intention makes agitation, that is called papa. or thought or action. That is his definition. One. Then we ask, Swamiji, for example, I do licentiously. I do whatever I want to do. I don't believe this punya and papa. I want to do whatever I want to do. The first thing is, do you expect from others also the same attitude? If they do whatever they want to do you agree? Oh, no, Swamiji, how can the balance will be disturbed, Swamiji? Then you also don't do. One, spirituality is to become a Shuddha Atma, we have to be Punya Atma. I know. We need calm mind to inquire the Brahma. Why people they go to Himalayas? Why people they go to Gurukulas? Because they need certain set of internal setup. With that atmosphere only they can think on Brahman. If everything comes and disturbs us, then what we can think? Tattvamasi. Nitya Niranjana Satya Shuddha Swarupa Atma in my heart. How can I lit that knowledge? I need a certain frame of mind. It should be unagitated, calm, and pure. That is called Punya Atma. This Punya Atma, Punya set of mind, we can get either way, thought or activity or intention. We should always vote for this set, not another, which can agitate. We know what all the thoughts can agitate our mind, what all the thoughts can keep. The best is Seva, Bhakti. They all can keep our mind always pure and calm. Devotion for the Lord, service to the society and the needy, and Guru Bhakti, Shastra Bhakti, ityadi positive activities and thoughts, they will keep our mind always sattva. And if not, definitely, it doesn't show the interest to study, to reflect, to sit quiet and think of myself or think of God or think of Brahman. That's why Mahatma people, they keep on instructs. Please go away from these agitated activities, from the sinful activities. Modern people, they don't like. Why, Swamiji? Again, they don't do. We don't like this term, don't do, Swamiji. Not only don't do, they are saying some do's also. If you follow their do's, then you yourself will say, I have taken a good decision. Because there's such a sattvic enjoyment we will get. By the japa, by the puja, by Bhagavat Seva, ityadi. That flavor is completely different. We have not tasted that sattva sukha. That's why we are clinging these little things. I know. In one of the story in Upanishads, one Maharshi called, his name is Yajnavalkya. He is a great rishi, but he is a householder. He had 3 wives, 1, 2, 3, and a huge ashram with many followers, so many cattle, gold, everything, very rich household. His name is Yajnavalkya. One day, he decides to go to forest. He wants to take sannyas. 3 wives, other 2 wives were very much happy. How? Because we are getting big property and everything. Let him go. 2 were happy. But 1 wife, she was very intelligent wife. She came. Maharaj Namaskar. He said, what do you want? I would like to ask one question. Her name is Maitreyi. I would like to ask one question. He says, what is the question? See, we are 3 wives in your house. 3 were beautiful and young. And you have thousands of acres of properties, followers, money, cattle, everything you have, you want to drop all these and you want to go for something else. Now my question is, definitely that is higher than all these. That's why you are going. Tell now what it is. I am not interested in this thing. Tell now what it is. Then he says, Atma Vare Srotak. There is a knowledge called self-knowledge. Atma Vidya, that is the ultimate reality and the real happiness. That is the bliss. This is all superimposed. He will explain everything, and she also practices spiritual. That's why Papoga Paridhuyatam. Don't cling on to these self-centered activities and all this worldly. Please see that Papauga Paridhuyatam. At the same time, one more care we should take. People, generally, I think. People, we ask them, why don't you go to temple? Or why don't you come to satsang? Or why don't you go to that Mahatma? You know, they say, one thought. They say, I am not that type, Swamiji. That type means what type? I am not that pure man and good man, Swamiji. I am little darkish because I am not a good man. So this attitude separates us from the God, because I am not pure, I am not good-hearted, I am a bad man or woman, I am not eligible to go to the feet of the Lord. But Bhagavan, he says, Apichet Suduracharaha. Even though you are the best among the best of the papis, you can come to me. Don't hesitate. Don't get fear. My doors are always open. So we should keep this thought also. There is no sinner, there is no punyatma. In God's court, everyone is same. So even though that kind of negative thoughts will be there in our mind, we need not hesitate, we need not worry to serve the Lord. He is such a pure Karuna Antaranga. So, Papauga Paridhuyatam. We should not do any kind of sins. We should keep our mind always calm as much as we can. This is one spiritual practice. And the next one is, this is very subtle spiritual practice, spiritual thought actually. Bhagavan is saying, Bhavasukhe doshonusandhiyatam. Anusandhiyatam. Anusandhiyatam means you should think this way. How, Swamiji? Bhavasukhe doshaha. In pleasures, Bhavasukhe means in pleasures also see the fault. What kind of sadhana, Swamiji, it is? Actually, it is very, very subtle and very matured sadhakas only they can get this kind of subtlety in their thinking. Generally, what we think is, life is comfortable means, Swamiji, I should have a big bungalow, nice cars, nice servants, and big bank balance, and nice status in society, then I will be happy. So these are all called pleasures. Bhavasukha means pleasures. Generally, what we see in pleasure is, we see a positivity in all pleasures. If they are there, I am okay. But here they are saying, see dosha in worldly pleasures. Don't take them as higher happiness sources. Don't consider them as source of happinesses. Treat them and see their faults in worldly happinesses. I would like to tell one story. Then you can understand little. Bhagavan Gautama Buddha, he was a prince in Nepal, we know. He was a prince means his status is completely different. He is going to become a king, one. Second, he has one nice wife and kid also. One son also. Rahul, his name, wife and children. And he was very young boy, this Gautama Buddha. Healthy boy. What does it mean, Swamiji? All worldly pleasures he already have. Status in society, money, everything he has. One day, Gautama Buddha, he came onto the streets. He has seen one sick man. First time Gautama Buddha is seeing a sick person. The minister is there. Buddha asked, why he is like this? This man said, Maharaj, he is a sick person. Then next question Gautama Buddha asked, even me also get this kind of situation. Then the minister said, maybe Maharaj, who knows? Sickness is common for everyone. Okay. And he went little. And there was a dead body. They say in his lifetime, first time he is seeing a dead person. Again, he asked this minister, what happened? Swami, Maharaj, he is dead. Then Gautama Buddha, he asked, even me also will get this kind of situation. He said, yes, Maharaj, that too sure. One day you have to drop everything, what all you have. Then he was completely, his mind is thinking something. अरे अभी तक मैंने सोचा this is everything is so nice, set up very well, my life will go like anything, but I have to pass all these things. A dead person, a sick person, and a poor person. We don't know, Maharaj, one day we may become poor also. Then that second Gautama Buddha, he dropped everything, completely nirvinna chetasaha. He thought, what is the reality of the world? What is the reality in my experiences? What is the Satya? As a Satyanveshi, as a seeker of truth, he left the whole kingdom and he went. He doesn't know what is there in scriptures. He doesn't have any teacher. His lesson is this much only. Bhavasukhe doshonu sandhiyatam. And he sat under a tree and he promised himself, until unless I know the truth, I am not going to get up from my asana. He meditated and he realized the truth of the world. And he said, your whole world is nothing but sorrow. The substratum, only the truth. That is bliss. And he realized that truth. This is called Bhavasukhe Dosonu Sandhiyatam. See how much advancement in his thinking. And one more, it's very actual lesson from Kathopanishad regarding this point. Kathopanishad Swamiji, we know Kathopanishad Swamiji. In Kathopanishad, the student's name is called Nachiketa. He is very young, 8-year-old young boy, Brahmana boy, Nachiketa. The teacher name is Yamaraj, the Lord of Death, King of Hell. And we know the story. One day, this Nachiketa's father, he sent him off. Go to hell. Even now we use go to hell. He uttered this word only, go to hell. Something he is disturbing, keep on. His father said, go to hell. This boy said, my father said, go to hell, I go to hell. He went to hell. He goes to hell. And by that time, when he reached the hell, this Yamadharmarajji is out of station. He went on some trip. 3 days, Nachiketa fasting and jagarana, not sleeping. 3 days he spent without food and without sleep in front of the palace of this Yamadharmaraj. And after 3 days, this Yamarajji, he came and he did namaskar everything to Nachiketa because he is an atidhi, as a guest. you did this, they worshipped him and they said everything. And by my apology, Yamadharmaraji said, you have spent 3 days and nights without food and sleep. I want to give 3 boons. I want to give 3 boons to you. Then Nachiketji said, you have to take, the Guru is instructing, you have to take my boons. Vara. The first boon is, Nachiketa, do you know what he asked? See, my Guru, because I have come all the way to hell. My father is alone at my home. Definitely he will think, he will thought of me and he will be very sorrowful. Because if my son goes to America, I will be happy. My son goes to big post, I will be happy. But my son went to hell. Definitely the situation is different. So my first boon is, keep my father's heart always calm and shanta. He should be peaceful. He should sleep at night. He should take food. Take care of him. Yamadharmaraji said, granted, your father will be all right. Yeah. What do you want? Second one. Second boon. And this Nachiket, he said, Maharaj, I would like to ask my second boon for the entire society, because my family already okay. Now society. Yeah, what do you want? See, in our society, if anybody wants to go to heaven, teach that particular knowledge, that particular vidya, then I will spread that vidya in the world. They will practice it and they can raise their standard of living. For society, he asked. And he said, can you learn that vidya? Nachiketa said, Nachiketa is a very bright student. He said, yes. And he demonstrated, this is called vidya of the heaven. And Nachiketa repeated immediately. And the Guru was so much happy, because in a school, if we by heart quickly any lesson, masters will be very happy. And he gave his necklace as a bonus. In the story, it is there. This is not a boon, he says, this is not a boon. This is my loving gift to you, Nachiketa, because you are a bright student. 2 ho gaya. Now, what do you want as a third boon? Now, Nachiketa, Maharaj, you have given one for my family, one for my society. Now the third boon I am asking for myself. He said, what do you want? Brahma Vidya. You are 8-year-old boy, you are asking Brahma Vidya. He said, yes, I want that and that alone. Nachiketa insists so much. Yamaraja says, no, I cannot give it to you. You cannot practice this Brahma Vidya. It is very difficult. He says, even Devatas, they are not ready to practice this Brahma Vidya. What to talk of you? You are such a young boy. I am not going to give. He says, no, I want that one. Then this Yamaraj, as usually, he says, Are Nachiketa, keep the thought aside. If you drop that Brahma Vidya thought, I will give so much pleasures. Do you know what all the pleasures I am going to give? I will give 1,000 years span of life. Lifespan 1,000 years to you. 1,000 years you are going to live. Because the key with me, I am not going to kill you because I am Yamaraja. I will keep you 1,000 years. Then I will give your progeny and pro-progeny. Putra, Pautra, Adi. You will get good sons and good grandsons also. Nice dynasty I will give. Second, the land, whatever the measurement of the land you want, I will give. Gold, vehicles, everything I will give. And do you know, moreover, I will send servants from the heaven, that too obedient servants. Gurudev used to crack the joke like anything. He says, if some servant come from the heaven, if we are a mortal being, they are not going to serve us, because in their mind, these fellows are human beings. I am divinely lady. I am not going to serve this man. No. He says, obedient servants I will send from the heavens. Apsaras I will give. Radhas I will give. Radhas means cars. Everything I will give Nachiketa. Why don't ask this Brahma Vidya? Drop. Then Nachiketa's maturity is this answer. Bhavasukhe doshonu sandhitam. Do you know what Nachiketa's answer is? He says A, B, and C. All these three are for worldly pleasures. He says, Maharaj, you are giving so much pleasures, but do you know the first defect in them is swaha abhavaha. This is the first defect in them. Swaha abhavaha means what is this, Swamiji? There is no guarantee for them even for tomorrow. What is the guarantee? They will be even for tomorrow. Swaha means tomorrow. Abhava means they may absent in tomorrow. Any pleasure, Maharaj, you may give car. What is the guarantee for its life for tomorrow? You may give my son. What is the guarantee for tomorrow? So we cannot give any guarantee to the worldly pleasures. They may disappear anytime, including physical body. What is the guarantee for the next hour? There is no guarantee. This is one defect in the worldly pleasure. Swaha abhava, one. Second, you are saying enjoy the worldly pleasures and be happy, my dear boy, be happy, my dear boy. But Masterji, Guruji, you know, if I enjoy also, Sarvendriyani jarayanti tejaha. This is the second difficult in the worldly pleasures. If we keep on enjoy them, our vitality of the senses will get drained. You are saying enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Enjoyment to do one thing only. It will drain my energy. Sarvendriyani jarayanti teja. How fact it is. We can see TV 1 hour, 2 hours. Start seeing 5 hours in a day. Next week we have to consult one eye specialist. Because Indriya Teja is gone. Any pleasure. Every day eat delicious food. Every day. Then we start, Swamiji, gastric problem. Swamiji, this doctor, this doctor, this doctor. They ask, what is wrong with you? Every day I eat so much food, delicious food. Indriya Teja will go with the enjoyment of worldly pleasures. Second, so Swamiji, is there any remedy in this aspect? You know, if we are a bhogi, our vitality will go. If we are a tapasvi, our vitality will increase. This is actually antidote. If we keep on in the pleasures, our vitality will go. Or if we keep ourselves in tapascharya, our vitality will increase. For example, Maunam. Swamiji, today I practice Maunam, Swamiji. Then observe even your voice next day. It will get such a sattvikata because you have not used it for 24 hours. For upavasa, tapas will give that vitality to all. That's why they say the sadhu, mahatma, great people, they're so bright because they do all this kind of spiritual practices. We do japa. This japa, one thing is God's remembrance. Second one is it keeps our inner setup as a concentrated system. As a single point, ekagra chitta. The same thought we repeat, and so much energy we can conserve. Otherwise, like a bush, our mind is so diverse. Tapa is antidote for bhoga. Actually, that will give sattvika sukha. This will loot our own vitality. And but what Nachiketa says, Sarvendriyani jarayanti teja. Oh my master, you are saying enjoy these worldly pleasures, but they will drain my And the last one is apichet alpasya jeevitam. Even though you may say you are going to give 1000 years lifespan, in the entire time band, 1000 years also a drop only. How long I can be as a jiva? How long I can be a mortal being can be, even in this little lifespan also, the enjoyment span is very little. Because in our childhood, we cannot enjoy any worldly pleasures because we are completely innocent. After retirement also, we don't do that enjoyment of world because we are little matured. We know, we have seen their what we call flaws, that maturity will come. So the worldly pleasure, bhavasukha, how long? Little, when the young span is there, we dance. But Bhagavan is saying, bhavasukhe doshonu sandhiyatam. Consider all the worldly pleasures as a sorrow-giving pleasures. This is called pratipaksha bhavana. Pratipaksha bhavana means don't vote for them, think of them and sit apart from the worldly enjoyments. Think of God. Then what else I can do, Swamiji? Then think of God. That will be the next sadhana. Atmecha vyavasiyatam. Instead of worldly icha, keep the atma icha. That we will see in our next class. Hari Om. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.